Next time on Fast Faith, where speed meets the spirit.
How did that affect the way, or was racing your escape? Was that where
That
you
was
could go and you could feel peace?
That was exactly what it was. And the first, when I lost my fiance, I was in the middle of a championship season running the truck series. And I was running second in the points. And I was really close to my teammate who was leading the championship. And we was halfway into the season. I done won 3 races. And I'm having a super good year. And actually, my fiance passed away on a Tuesday. The Saturday before that and the Saturday before that was the last 2 races she ever saw me race, because she was at every one of my races. And I won the last 2 races she ever saw.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, but like I said, we was going through that championship battle. And when that happened, I mean, I skipped the very next week because of the funeral and everything we had to do. I missed that race. Somebody filled in for me. But I was back at the track the very next week after that. And I probably honestly would have been at the track that same weekend, but my family wanted me to take it off out of respect. And I know Christy she knew how much I love racing, and she probably would have been okay with that if I'd have went, because she knew that's what I do. But I took it off anyway to be with my family, and we skipped that weekend. And then the very next weekend after the funeral, I went back to the racetrack and I raced for the rest of that year. Ended up finishing second in the championship, and I think that was when my decline started to go down outside the racetrack. I started losing weight. I lost like 75 pounds in 3 months.
Wow.
Wasn't eating. I made sure my daughter was taken care of, but I let myself go because I was so mentally out of it. And but I finished that season in 2009 and started the 2010 season successfully. I won the very first race of the season. The first 2, I think. First 2 races of the season. And then somewhere right around that period, I bottomed out. I lost it. And that's about the closest I ever came to committing suicide. And it was just horrible. It was bad. And
What was going through your mind? I mean,
Well-
obviously we know the hurt, the pain, but
well, I lost both my mom and my fiance in the same house. So when I was staying there, that's all I could see. So even though, the good memories were there and the great memories were there, and they both loved it there, and we had a lot of good times and memories there, but that was all at the time. That was all I was visualizing. That's all I saw was I seen my fiance on the bathroom floor dead on the end of that house, and then I looked on the other end of the house and I seen my mom laying in there on her deathbed taking her last breath. So I was just in my thoughts and my feelings and in my head, and I remember I was laying, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. This is another part of the story. It's crazy. This was right around that time. And I was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and my daughter was in there in her little princess bed asleep, and then my father was in his room asleep, and I was laying there or sitting there at the computer desk, and I was mentally like wrecking. I was checking out. I was losing my mind right then on that spot. And sorry, it's emotional.
you're good, man.
But I seen, like I say, when I look on that end of the house, that's all I saw was her laying in the floor, dead. And then I looked on this end of the house and I seen my mom laying there, and that's all I could see. So I had a gun and I stuck it in my mouth and was about that close. And all of a sudden it was like the wind. I felt a real eerie skin kind of weird feeling, and the thought entered my head. It was like, that little girl in there just lost her mama. Don't let her lose her daddy too.
Wow.
Don't do that to her. So don't be selfish and don't do that to her, and don't do that. You can't. It hit me. It was like, you can't give up. You can't quit. So you do what you got to do to stay alive.